Thank you for joining us today. This webinar, we're going to talk about revolutionizing your device management with Microsoft Intune. We'll explore how you can secure your hybrid and frontline workforces across platforms, leverage AI-based recommendations, and reduce IT complexity at the same time. My name is Betty Kwan with the marketing team at ProServeIT. Presenting today will be Joy Fajardo, Brand Experience Manager here at ProServeIT. And before we launch into the presentation, I'd like to mention a few items. We ask that you please keep yourself on mute to minimize background noise. Feel free to enter any questions in the chat or raise your hand during the session to ask questions. We'll also have time for questions at the end of the session. We are recording the session, and we will share the presentation deck and recording link with you in the next couple of days. And finally, during the webinar, if you experience any audio or visual issues, we suggest you drop from the session and join again. With that, I'll turn it over to Joy.
Thank you so much, Betty, and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our webinar for today for cybersecurity entitled Revolutionize Your Company's Device Management with Microsoft Intune. It is a great pleasure to have you all joining us today. There are some familiar names that are joining, so hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you very much for giving us a block of your time. I know that you have very hectic schedules nowadays. So just to quickly introduce myself, my name is Joy Fajardo. I am the Brand Experience Manager here at ProServeIT. And at the same time, I'm a trainer specializing in Microsoft products. Now, before we get started, I just wanted to point out, again, Betty already mentioned this. If you have any questions at any point, please do not hesitate to raise your hand and we will answer them for you. And also, if you want to say something additive, of course, collaboration is very much welcome. So feel free to raise your hand, unmute yourselves, and we can start a dialogue, of course. So let's start off with a quick look at today's environmental, economic, and business challenges. Now, remote and hybrid work continue to increase, of course, and this requires organizations to reimagine how and where the work gets done, and aligning to employee expectations for greater flexibility. Organizations must ensure workplace security while managing the cost of the tools and internal resources that connect to a multitude of end user devices. And with that, the environment we face today comes with many different variables and challenges impacting everything from user experiences to organizational productivity to growing security risk. You're probably feeling the same strain like so many other organizations. There is staffing challenges and there's also security breaches and the potential of your sensitive data getting compromised, especially with the constant evolution of work styles. So with Microsoft 365, you can do more with less. Now, what do we really mean by doing more with less? When we say do more with less, it means maximizing the impact of Microsoft 365 solutions while also simplifying licensing, management, and vendor landscapes. Now, when looking at how we could have the most impactful campaign to help customers identify this cost savings while also realizing additional value, we refined our cost savings and business value framework to these three key focus areas. First, we have here eliminate redundant solutions. When you consolidate to a single vendor, you can cascade cost savings throughout your organization. Microsoft 365 includes many of the capabilities for which you are likely already currently paying other vendors for. The second is reducing the management cost by simplifying IT management. Now, when you have one integrated solution, you can optimize your IT administrator's time. A simplified IT environment with Microsoft 365 together with Intune automates labor intensive tasks and also frees up previously assigned IT and security admins transition to a higher value activity. And the third one is to protect the digital worker. Of course, security enhancements are not just limited to vendor consolidation and reduction in IT management cost. Microsoft 365 and Windows 11 Enterprise also helps organization enhance their security stack, realizing cost savings from having lesser security breaches and improved identity. And this can further establish a foundation for their zero trust strategy. Now, underlying those core cost saving areas we have the outcomes that customers can expect to improve in their organization. Now, this presentation will bring these ideas to life and also help customers understand exactly how Microsoft 365 consolidation can impact their organization. Adopting cloud management in Microsoft Intune unlocks rich analytics about your endpoints and zero touch deployment capabilities, making deployment, managing, and securing your Windows estate easy and intelligent. In Microsoft Intune, your mobile devices are just as easily managed, allowing people to bring their own personal devices into hybrid work scenarios. Lastly, we're making it easier than ever to secure the endpoint themselves. The last mile of that endpoint or end user computing experience. And we do that by protecting user identities, applications, files, and sensitive data across all the different devices. Complexity is inherent in today's mobile landscape, as we all know, with the multiple needs and scenarios naturally presenting themselves in even the most simple environments. You have company managed devices, number one. This may be dedicated to a specific user, or it can be devices that are shared across multiple employees. Number two, you also have devices that are employee managed, whether it's their primary device they're using, maybe their iPhone, their PC, or what we call a companion device, which is something they are using to get online from time to time. It can be their daughter's iPad or a family computer, right? And last but not the least, there's also third party managed devices. These are devices that may be managed by other entities or perhaps unmanaged but unfamiliar to you. Think about your partners or maybe your contractors that you want to enable, or maybe a public kiosk scenario. These various needs naturally show up in today's corporate environment. Intune's application management and device management capabilities are designed to help you solve for them all, not just the not just the company managed device, but also the employee managed and third party managed devices. So let's imagine this. Actually, we don't have to imagine this happened 20 years ago or even 10 years ago. When we say endpoint, what we mean is a desktop computer in a cubicle at work, right? Today, when we say endpoint, or when we say endpoint, it's actually your laptop, it's your phone, it's your iPad, it's the Surface Hub in the meeting room, or even a Teams Room device in the meeting room, right? It can also be a HoloLens device or anything like the new wearable stuffs that users use day to day. And yes, there is a simpler way to manage all of this. So imagine if you had a single solution to provide not only visibility, but also recommendations and data that allows you to take action regardless if the device is company owned or not. With increasing automation, Intune helps increase IT efficiency and reduce the total cost of device management and ownership. Let's envision this is a day in a life scenario. So let's envision Paul. So Paul is in your IT administration team. With Intune, Paul can manage number one, a wide variety of devices, whether cloud, on-prem, or even bring your own device. Number two, most Paul can also manage most operating systems within a single management tool. The result of this is a single management solution with breadth and depth across your computing landscape, reducing time for device, OS, and app management. This is a time saved to reduce your overall management costs. And this is what Microsoft Intune can help you do. Now, let's look at what a unified management solution can mean to your bottom line. With an integrated solution, you can monitor and process the management of your endpoints while simultaneously addressing security risk. Moving to the cloud enables you to retire legacy on prem solutions, saving you licensing fees and hardware and maintenance cost. For example, based on the study called the Total Economic Impact, we have learned that organization based on aggregated experiences and customer interviews, customers mentioned or said that they have realized almost 500,000 in savings in human capital through the utilization of Microsoft's solution. Let's just go back here. Okay. So I want to point it out. So it's about 500,000 savings in human capital through the utilization of Microsoft solution. Now, where would you invest those saved hours and resources? Of course, there are higher value activities that IT can work on and really focus on what's more productive for the organization. So, to optimize a productive hybrid workforce, IT teams need the visibility to know the health, compliance, and security status of any device across their organization. Intune makes it easier by providing a central place to really monitor and manage devices. You'll also be able to secure access to any cloud or on premises applications. With cloud management, you'll be able to take a more proactive approach to managing updates. There's also patching policies across platforms and applications. Now, let's shift a bit our attention from the simplification of endpoint management and spend some time discussing the ever increasing security concerns around protecting a hybrid workforce. With the frequency of security breaches and the growing attack surface, not to mention the wide variety of devices, data, and identity protection may seem daunting, right? Microsoft strive to enable your hybrid workers to have a secure and also a frictionless experience. Intune is part of Microsoft's integrated security products. We simplify the complexity your IT teams face so they work with security operations to support and secure hybrid and remote workforces. End users securely access corporate resources through continuous assessment and intent based policies with conditional access app control, which is powered by Azure Active Directory, which is natively integrated within Microsoft Intune as well. So, in the past, information workers might have worked entirely in the office, but today the picture looks very different. Let's look at this example and how IT and security team members working in parallel can keep organizational data access and applications secure for information workers endpoint, no matter the device or location, so they can remain productive without restrictions. So, in this scenario, Patty from the security teams uses Intune to configure device security and to manage security tasks for devices when those devices are at risk. And then Tony, who is from the IT admin team, working with his security counterparts, can enable Microsoft Defender for Endpoint to deploy security configurations from Microsoft Intune directly to onboarded devices without requiring a full device enrollment. So, with this unified endpoint security management experience, IT and security team can collaborate, preventing misconfiguration, downtime, or the potential of security risk. So, as endpoints within an organization become more diverse, it's also more critical to secure them. When endpoints are secure, organizations have a strong foundation for advancing a zero trust model across their environments. Microsoft's integrated approach provides a complete cloud powered endpoint security solution by combining the power of Microsoft Defender for Endpoint, there's Intune, there's Azure Active Directory. Together, these three products help you realize the core tenets of zero trust. What are these three core tenets? Number one, verify everything. Number two, assume breaches can always happen. And the third is use list privilege across for all users. Defender for Endpoint automatically investigates alerts, enables companies to remediate threats in Intune across a diverse set of endpoints and operating systems, and it really helps prevent malicious activity from reaching trusted and untrusted applications. Now, as Defender for Endpoint analyzes your endpoints, it also shares data with Microsoft Intune via a risk score. So it's making it easier for IT and security teams to share information and work together to resolve endpoint security issues. Now, from Intune, you can set Azure Active Directory risk based conditional access and control, whether to grant, to limit, or even deny access to resources. So as Defender for Endpoint analyzes your endpoints, it also shares data with Intune, as I've mentioned, via the risk score. And again, it's making it easier for IT and security teams to share information. Right? Let's move on to the next slide here. Okay, balancing security, compliance, and good employee endpoint experience is, of course, a priority. Yet, it can be very challenging to manage the device and application lifecycle remotely. Now, Microsoft is uniquely positioned in this space, as not only does Intune improve the security posture of an organization and reduce the threat of a security incident, but it also reduces the burden of managing multiple tools for security teams. Through Endpoint Security Note in Intune, security admins can configure and manage device security. For example, they can identify at risk devices and remediate or restore them to a more compliant or secure state. Automation also helps streamline investigation and remediation of alerts. So you can stop malicious activity quickly, such as by revoking access to any exploited resources in near real time or by stopping threats to trusted or untrusted applications. Now, the relationship between IT and security team is often siloed. Let's take a look at how the functions and needs of IT and security can overlap and be complementary. So, again, this is a day in the life scenario. Beverly is responsible for securing the entire company against external threats. On the other hand, Josh must make sure productivity and access are uninterrupted. Beverly wants every Windows device to have the most current OS updates to reduce potential vulnerabilities. Josh and his team balances multiple priorities like managing a newly hybrid workforce, which requires time and resources that keep them from always evaluating, planning, executing, and reporting on updates at the level of granularity the security team would like. The auto patch service test and monitor the auto patch service test and monitors updates progressively, balancing speed and also safety. So Josh can manage the process instead of carrying out every step. The result of this is that you have updated devices that would resolve outstanding vulnerabilities and also offer the optimal Windows experience as well. So, with the addition of the Windows Auto Patch to Intune, IT admins can let Microsoft evaluate, test, and roll out updates to Windows, Microsoft 365, and Teams. The Auto Patch service incorporates learnings from all updating experience to proactively address issues and limit interruptions. 0-day updates feature updates, quality updates, and all research distributed and monitored by Microsoft on your organization's behalf. Jokes. Now, let's take a look at the impact of endpoint experience on the people in your organization. For some organizations, complex endpoint management and security solutions take a toll on the end user. Issues arising from managing access to corporate systems and downtime, loss to updates, or policy changes which prevent a user from being compliant. They may have a fragmented technology experience, be frustrated by overly complicated access requirements, or just stuck using devices that don't align well with their workplace needs. Now, Microsoft's view is that endpoint management should not just empower IT and security teams, but also the end users interacting with those endpoints. Users should have the flexibility to work whether from home or from the office, basically wherever they need to be, and on whatever type of device best fits the needs of their role. It can be a laptop or on their mobiles, whatever it can be. So Intune was built with that approach in mind. It provides insights on user experiences so you can support productivity and get ahead of any issues. It delivers flexible Windows experiences, enabling your users to use corporate provided or even bring your own devices to get work done. It has an integrated approach that ensures every endpoint is secure so you can keep your users, applications, and data secure. You can also pre configure policies for zero touch, remote provisioning, of Windows devices, accelerating and scaling onboarding of devices, whether for new employees or device refreshes. So, what does it look like to empower users anywhere on any endpoint? Frontline workers are a critical workforce, yet supporting their needs while remote can be challenging for IT. That's the reality. A new advanced management solution, which is Intune Remote Help, provides an easier way to make that happen. So let's take a look at how that works. So Miguel is part of the help desk team, and he needs to troubleshoot application access for a branch employee. Now, he can initiate a remote help session, allowing him to troubleshoot remotely on the employee's device. So, in the background, Azure Active Directory allows for role based access control to verify Miguel's remote access, limiting security risk by restricting what he can do on the user's device during a connected session. But please note, remote help service is a premium add on feature. Okay. But that's definitely available. For organizations that regularly employ seasonal or transitional staff, Microsoft's approach is to enable a streamlined way to deploy and manage experiences for those resources at scale. Windows Autopilot provides a near zero touch approach experience for the end users that can be easily scaled and automated for the IT staff. Another powerful option is to deliver cloud powered desktop experience. Microsoft provides two great paths. Number one, Windows 365, the world's first cloud PC, delivers a complete PC experience, operating system, compute, storage, apps from the Microsoft Cloud that can be streamed to any compatible device with an internet connection. And the second, of course, we have the Azure Virtual Desktop. It offers a comprehensive desktop and app virtualization service in the cloud with both persistent and non persistent scenarios for your users. It also provides virtualization infrastructure as a managed service, enabling you to scale up or down depending on, of course, the organization's evolving needs. All right. So for IT and help desk team, endpoint analytics also provides critical visibility into the quality of user experiences and what might be getting in the way of productivity. Typically, the help desk is contacted when things go wrong. Endpoint analytics helps team to get ahead of the problems so they can proactively address issues as they happen, or even better, even before they impact the users. For example, app and device health scores help you identify areas that might need attention within an individual device or application. And if issues do happen, remote help, which is a new advanced management premium solution, it provides an easy path for help desk staff to provide assistance directly on the user's device. You can also leverage Intune Mobile Application Management, also known as MAM, to provide application protection, keeping users safe without getting in the way of productivity. So while endpoint analytics is available with all Intune licenses, the proactive remediation requires Windows E3, Microsoft E3, and its equivalent A licenses as well. Okay, so before we move on to our next steps, I just wanted to pause for a bit. We're already close at my think, but I want to pause and ask if there's any questions from the group here. Feel free to raise your hand or type in your questions using the chat. But while we're waiting for any questions that could come up, wanted to point out that currently we have two offerings as the next steps. Number one, we have the Microsoft Intune Jumpstart that would cost around $9,000. This one, deliverables will be a pilot implementation, and we'll do the project coordination as well. More information here at the bottom. And we can expect this business outcomes and benefits. Number one, improved endpoint security for mobile devices and workstations. Number two, reduced management complexity and cost. And the third one is, of course, to understand the industry best practices. Now, the second offering that we have is called the Microsoft Intune Endpoint Management Discovery. This should cost around 8,000 give or take. And then again, the deliverables are deployment strategy document and documentation, and project coordination as well. And these are some of the business outcomes and benefits that you will get out of this engagement. If you have any questions or if you're interested with any of these offers, we will be sending you a follow-up email so you can respond to that email and let us know if you need more information about it or if you just want to learn more. We'll be happy to have the next conversations with you folks. So that's pretty much it for me for today. I would really like to thank everyone for joining me today and have a great rest of your day.
And I'll just mention that I put a link in the chat there for our next upcoming webinar, which will be on automated threat response. And the new product, Security Copilot, will also be covering what you need to do to get ready for that. And of course, Security Copilot integrates with Intune to fully protect your endpoints and environment.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Betty.
All right. Thanks for joining us, everyone. And thank you for an awesome session, Joy.